And today let's talk about solving equations with unknown indices. And then so in this, let's have an example. If at all we have our equation as we have 2, sorry. So if at all we have our equation as 2 to power 2x plus 1, then minus 7 into 2 power x, and then we have plus 6 equal to 0. Alright, so assuming we have such an equation, and so this equation, it has indices which are unknown. You can see here we have 2x plus 1, and then here we have x as an index of 2. And so how can we solve such equations? Let's begin by doing this. In these scenarios here, you are going to be using the rules of indices that we have looked at. And then so we can begin by working on this. We had a rule that we have when you have m to power p plus q, this is the same as m to power p times m to power q, like that. So let's apply that here, and then it means that we shall have 2 to power 2x times, into brackets, 2 to power 1. So you happen to find that this is the same base, and then when we multiply these two here, we shall have to add the powers to get back to this, and then we can have to we can get to minus 7 into 2 to power x, then plus 6 equal to 0, right, like that. And then next we can just simplify this, so this will be the same as 2 into, now when we get to this, again here we had a rule that m to power p, even this in brackets, having another index here outside, so this is the same as m to power pq, or it is also the same as m to power qp, like that. And then so once we get to know that, it means that even this 2 power x, we are going to put it in the same format. But then as we express it in this format using this rule here, you make sure that you get another 2, or we can make another expression whereby you are going to have 2 to power x, because x is going to be the unknown. So it is going to be like we shall have this as 2 to power x, and then here we shall have squared using this rule here. And then so we can have minus 7x, minus 7 into 2 power x, like that, then plus 6 equal to 0. And then so in this, when we reach this step here, we can say that let 2 to power x equal to m, right, like that. And then after making that, then our equation is going to be modified. This is an x here, we have this as x, so it is going to be wherever there is 2 power x, we shall substitute that with m. So we shall have 2, this is going to be m, but then there is this other power here, you take note of it so that you don't forget it. So we shall have 2m squared minus 7m plus 6 equal to 0, like that. And then so let's proceed with this. So you happen to find that by so doing, we have formed a quadratic equation. Now we can try to use any method to solve this quadratic equation which has been formed here. And so we can also use the one of product and sum. So you happen to find that the product 2 times 6, it will be a 12, and then the sum here, it is negative 7. So in that case, we can have negative 4 and negative 3 as our factors of the product. This is a method of solving quadratic equations. We can even just press this in a calculator, and then it gives us the values of m. But let's try to use factors. So we shall have negative 4 and negative 3. So this is the same as having, we shall have 2m squared minus 4m minus 3m plus 6 equal to 0, like that. And then so here we can factorize out the common factor here, it is 2m. We shall remain with m minus 2. Then here we can factorize out negative 3. We shall remain with m minus 2, like that. This is equal to 0. And then so after that, we shall get to 2m minus 3 into m minus 2, and then this is equal to 0. So we shall have m equal to 3 over 2 from this first bracket here, and then even this other one we shall have m equal to 2. But then remember that our m is equal to 2x, so we can come here and we say that if at all you have m being equal to 2x, so we shall have 2x equal to these values of m. So let's follow the two scenarios, that if m or when m is equal to 3 over 2, we shall have 2x. We are going to have 2 to the power of x being equal to 3 over 2. And then in this case here, because this is an index, we can introduce logarithm. And then we shall have log of 2 to the power x being equal to log of 3 over 2. Right, like that. And then here we shall have x log 2 being equal to log of 3 over 2. And then here I can make x the subject of the formula to get x equal to log of 3 over 2, which is the same as 1.5 in decimal, this divided by log of 2. And then so we can press this in a calculator, and then it will give us 0. Let's take the first 4. Let's round it off to 4 decimal places, and then we shall have 0.5850. Right, so this is our first value of x. This is our first value of x. And then so let's take another case that when m is equal to 2, and then remember that our m, it is 2 power x, so we shall have 2 to the power of x being equal to 2. And then here we can even compare the powers or the indices, because this is the same base, even this is the same base. So it's like 2, it is the same as 2 to the power 1, and then here we can just come and say that x is equal to 1. And then by so doing, we have solved we've solved x, which is unknown, which was an unknown index. And so these are our answers, 0.5850, and then we also have x equal to 1. And then so let's have a look at another example, and then after that we shall get some trial questions. So if at all you have another example, as let me write this. If at all you have an example as 3, example 2, we have 3 to the power of 2x plus 1, 3 to the power of 2x plus 1 plus 3 being equal to 10 into 3 to the power of x, like that. And then so this one we also follow the same steps, we all follow the same procedures. So we are going to have this one here being the same as 3 to the power of 2x, then being this multiplied by 3 to the power of 1, using the first rule of indices as we saw it in the first video. So plus 3, this will equal to 10 into 3 to power x, like that. And then so this one here, it is also going to be worked out just like in the previous example. So we shall have this as 3 to the power of x, but then this squared, then this 3 to power 1, we can even put it here. So plus 3, and then this is equal to 10 into 3 to power x, like that. So again we can say that let 3 to power x equal to any unknown, like we can say still m. So we shall have 3m squared plus 3 being equal to 10m, and then we can rearrange this to get 3m squared minus 10m plus 3 equal to 0. So I'm saying minus 10m because we had the 10m on the right hand side of the equal sign, and then when it crosses the equal sign, it will turn to be negative 10m. So we can try to solve this quadratic equation here. We can try to solve that quadratic equation, and then we shall have, so we have 3m squared minus 10m plus 3. So this is going to be the same as, remember in this case we have our product as is 3 times, it is SC, 3 times 3 till, so we have our product being equal to 9, and then we have our sum being equal to a negative 10. This is negative 10. We have our sum being equal to negative 10. And then so how do we solve that? So we look for the factors of for the factors or any two numbers that we can multiply to give us 9, and then when we add them, they can give us a negative 10. So and then that one can be negative 1. We can have negative 1 and negative 9. Let me find that when we add these, they will give us negative 10, and then when we add them, they will give us negative 10, and then when we multiply them, we shall get this product here. So we can simplify that and we get to 3m squared. We shall have 3m squared minus 9m minus m plus 3 being equal to a 0 like that. And then so we can factorize out 3m from this. We shall have 3m. We shall remain with m minus 3, right? M minus 3. And then in this bracket here, we can factorize out a 1, and then we say minus 1. And then even here, we shall have m minus 3 like that. So this is equal to 0. And then so we shall have 3m minus 1 into brackets, then m minus 3. And then this will equal to 0. So we shall have our values of m as m equal to 1, m is equal to 3. We shall have m equal to 3, and then we also have m equal to a third like that. So once we get our values of m, then we take it back and we say that but m is equal to 3 to power x. So we shall have 3 to power x being equal to a 3, and then this is the same as 3 is the same as 3 to power 1. So we can only compare the indices, and we say that our value of x is 1, and that is our first unknown. And then we also get to 3 to power x equal to a third. So we shall say that 3 to power x is equal to a third. And then even this one here, we can work it out without using logarithm. So when this 3 comes up here, according to the rules of indices, we had a look at it that negative indices, where it is the same as its reciprocal. So this will become 3 to power x being equal to 3 to power negative 1. And then we compare the indices, shall get x equal to negative 1 like that. So that's how we solve unknown indices in equations, or equations with unknown indices. That's how they are worked out. And then we can have a look at a few trial questions. So we can have here a question for trial, and then we shall write and say that 2 to power, and you can try out this 2 to power x plus 1 plus 3 over 2, this being equal to 2 to the power of 3x, right, like that. Or let's make it 2x, to 2 to the power of 2x, because 3x it may give a complicated equation. So, and then we can also have 7 to power x being equal to 3 to power of 1 minus x, right? So you can try out those two, and then if any number fails, you can leave a comment in the comment section, and then we shall see how to solve it. Yeah, so that's all for today, and then thank you for watching.